find it. It doesn't seem to be on any of these stations.
Keep looking.
Oh, you're going too slow. Let me take the wheel.
It's too fast. How could you even tell what's on?
I can tell.
There it is. Go fast.
Back.
Too late. I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. It's faster.
Wait.
Stop. That's it. Now, Etch.
So good evening, everyone. Again, I am Joy, and I will be hosting this online event for ESN tonight. I hope y'all are excited. For the people who couldn't be here, unfortunately, luckily, this will be recorded, so you can always watch it back on YouTube. Watch it 50 times, 1,000 times. Maybe you're like, I want to know all of their answers for the rest of my life. You know, I have no clue what you do in your free time, but you can watch it back, so that's great. For tonight, we have a pretty fun agenda, because we have three incredible speakers who are gonna talk about a bunch of different topics, about Dutch culture, about Dutch living, about the most important part, in my opinion, Dutch partying, because you know who doesn't love a good party. Yeah, I think the best thing that we can do right now is to kind of start. The first speaker we're gonna have for today is a really exciting one. We have Mark. Mark is an entrepreneur, which is really exciting. He knows a lot about Dutch culture, about the Dutch working environment. He is ambitious. He wants to be somewhere. He's already at so many places already. He has a very exciting company called Nocto. Give it up for Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Joy.
How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm very good, actually. What about you?
I'm doing pretty all right. Are you enjoying the weather today?
Not yet, but I'm heading to the beach in a moment. So
that sounds really nice. I'm really jealous. Because where are you from in Holland?
I'm from The Hague.
Oh, you're from The Hague. Oh, that's
Yes.
a lot better. That's a lot. You can always go to the beach and hang out there.
Born and raised here. Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. Because could you introduce yourself a little bit to the rest of the listeners?
Yes, of course. So my name is Mark Brouwers. I'm 27, from The Hague. I studied media and entertainment management at Hogeschool in Holland in The Hague. After that, or actually during my study, I was organizing my own events. After that, I started working in an online marketing company. I was the head of sales for a fundraising company for charity. And after that, I started my own company, Nocto, and now also involved in another company called Nest, an entrepreneur platform. So yeah, is there something specific you would like to know from me?
Well, first of all, you have a lot on your resume. That sounds really exciting. You sound like someone who's very ambitious about a lot of things. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I always, I think, definitely ambitious. I think nowadays you can just start working in a company, but I needed to really see what I like to do and where I would like to learn more about.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to head to the place where you want to be at, basically.
Yeah, that's definitely the best way. Because could you tell us a little bit more about your job and your function and your role in that?
Yes, so at the moment at Nocto, I'm the COO. This is basically the head of operations. So it includes marketing, sales, partnerships. But of course, as co-owner of the company, you're also involved in fundraising, in the technical side. And I'm more like managing the operational team.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, the spider in the web, spin in het web, how we say in Dutch.
Yeah.
As you know. So yeah.
Okay, and what made you decide to start a company like Nocto?
Yeah, so actually during my study, we had a project where we had to solve a problem. So at that point, I was thinking, what problem do I have myself? So in the end, I came up with, I had the problem that if I go on holiday on a city trip or whatever, I would like to know what's happening in that city, right? Like you need to know where should I go for dinner, but also where are the best events going on,
Yeah, exactly.
on that specific moment. So then I was thinking about this app where you can easily find and enjoy the best experiences.
Yeah.
I never started with that company, but after my study, when I had some more experience in marketing and sales, I started traveling. And actually, that was the time that I felt like this was actually a great idea to actually act on this. And then I came back, I did research, and I found now my co-founder, David Franzen,
Yeah.
a Swedish guy who started studying in Rotterdam. And yeah, he already started with building a prototype,
That's exciting.
which is now called Nocto. We joined forces, and now we're working together for 3 years.
That's so nice to hear. Because was it hard setting up Nocto and getting like the start?
Well, like setting up a company, of course, everyone can do that for 50 euros at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
But of course, in the end, to actually make a business, yeah, profitable and actually to something that people like and use, and of course, that's another thing. But yeah, we're heading the right way. We are growing. Our team is growing. So yeah, everything is going well. But it's also not that we are selling socks, right? Like then you buy in socks and you sell them.
Yeah.
Nocto is a double-sided platform. It's an app that people need to like before they start using it, and need to understand how it works. And then you also have the situation where you have the businesses involved, so you need both. So you have the chicken and the egg story. So it's not a simple business, but
It sounds really exciting. And if you could like describe where you would like to be in like 10 years with Nocto, what would that look like?
yeah. So our objective of the end of 2021 is basically to be the leading hospitality platform in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But now we're already in touch also with some people from Spain and like Madrid and Miami,
Yeah.
who want to set up Nocto there. Yeah, the technology is there. So our goal, let's say, in general, is to be the leading platform of Europe in 5 years.
That would be really nice. That would be really nice. And taking a little bit of a detour, how would you describe the job hunting in Holland for Dutchies, but also for other people from other countries?
So you mean more job hunting, that you're looking for a job, like how you should take action, basically?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so basically what I've done in the past is also give LinkedIn workshops. I think LinkedIn is one of the most important tools that you can use in order to get a job. So I think that's definitely one thing I would recommend. Like it's social selling, right? So if somebody sends me their CV or motivation, the first thing I do is look at their LinkedIn. What is the first impression that I get? You can never make a second first impression, right? No. It's like you can please the algorithm in posting interesting stuff about where you're looking for. Even though you're not looking for a job right now, you can still use it to make sure that you can get a job easier later on, right? So and then there's this whole it's what is important in LinkedIn, for example, is that you need to understand the algorithms. Like, how do you get reach of the right people? It's of course building up your professional network. Just connecting with people that are in the industry where you would like to work in later on. I think that's definitely something I did as well, and what is working.
Yeah.
It's consistent posting. It's looking at if you can help people with things. Yeah. So LinkedIn is actually the most important, I think.
Yeah. And do you then think that networking besides LinkedIn is also really important?
Definitely. Like if I think back about my my past, like almost all of the jobs that I that I've had were through LinkedIn. And also now, if I'm looking for interns or new positions to fill, I look at LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
that's definitely yeah.
Really important. You're a real fan of LinkedIn.
Yes, definitely. Also now, like, and you start small. Like in the beginning, of course, it's going to that 500 connections
Yeah.
on LinkedIn, so that you basically see 500 plus connections. That's already a first step.
Yeah.
But if you have consistent posting, you please the algorithm, you do all those things to it's your personal brand, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
I think important.
Yeah.
And also now, if I post something and you do it at the right time, so you tag the right people, and you can get 7,800 of 8,000 reach,
Yeah.
which if you're looking for something and all of those people see it,
Yeah.
there's a big likelihood that you get what you want, right?
Yeah,
So
and now what I was wondering, so let's say I have an 8,000 reach and I find a job that sounds really interesting to me, and I go to a job interview. How do you prepare for a job interview?
yeah, well, first I think do your research, look with who you're speaking, find similar interests. Like on the internet, there's a lot to find about people, right? So similar interests, connections. So if you have a lot of connections of people that you've spoken to in the past, you can, in the first meeting, you can also mention that, hey, I saw that you also know person X.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, make sure that that you look professional, and that's always important.
Yeah, and for the last question that I wanted to ask you, if you could give any advice to the students watching this, like what would you say to them if they're looking for a full-time or a part-time job?
Well, definitely spend time on your personal brand.
Yeah.
I think everyone needs to be able to sell him or herself. Like, even though you're not interested in sales, sales is, I think, a skill that is good for everybody to have. So you can even also yeah, do a course, a sales course, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like great advice to me. I'm gonna ask if the viewers right now have some questions. Let me see if they asked some in the chat. We don't bite, so you can also ask them in the mic. Maybe Mark bites, but I don't know that. So,
From here, that will be hard.
So from the looks of it, no one has a question. Well, Mark, I want to thank you so much for your time. I already learned a lot. I think our viewers also will learn a lot from you, and I hope you have a great dinner.
Yes, thank you very much. And of course, don't forget to download the Nocto app.
Of course,
You can
thank
then
you.
always find the best experiences in town.
Before you leave, we have a question. Jesse asks us, is Dutch? Sorry, I can't read. Very sorry.
Is Dutch a must in the
Yeah,
company?
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Dutch is actually not a must in the company. So we have my partners from Sweden. We have a couple people from Rotterdam, from Amsterdam, but also we have had interns from all kinds of places, basically from Romania to Germany. So that's not a problem at all. We like to work in a multicultural team.
Yeah. You know,
Yes.
yeah, it's just, I feel like Holland is very multicultural, and we're developing a lot of companies. Maybe that's, yeah, I don't feel like it's a problem right now to not be Dutch in Holland.
No, and in some companies it might be, but I think if you look at the startups nowadays, I think it should not be a problem.
Problem. Well, if those are all the questions, Again, thank you so much, Mark. And maybe we'll meet at one of your parties.
Yes, let's do that.
Have a great evening.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.